Malaysia juga menghadapi cabaran yang agak getir. Kadar pengangguran di Malaysia adalah di paras 3.9%.
So, isu yang tak settle-settle di Malaysia lagi adalah pengangguran.
Pengangguran meningkat kepada 5.0% pada bulan April 2020.
Mustahil ke kalau kita nak lahirkan usahawan sebenar melalui pendidikan tinggi?
Kalau kita tengok artikel tentang situasi di Malaysia, ada 200,000 graduan yang tak ada kerja.
Disebabkan teknologi yang berubah, perubahan ekonomi, perubahan pemikiran generasi baru, education yang dulu tu mungkin tidak lagi bersesuaian.
Dan mengikut anjuran Jabatan Perangkaan Malaysia pada 14 Mei 2020, kadar pengangguran dijangka akan meningkat.
A marriage, perkahwinan antara traditional learning and kemahiran. Welcome to the revolution.
Hello, good morning everyone. Hi Amida, hi Fatin. Wow, hi Sufi. Hi Farah. Hey, so good to see you all again. Hey, today we're going to cover one topic which I love the most. It's going to be a very heavy topic actually. If I can finish it, I will do it. If not, I'll continue tomorrow. It's basically the 4 factors that stop us from being successful. All right, so it's I've always been saying from the very start, I know the things that I've covered is like your identity, etc. But if you have actually started working on the things that I've actually shared with you earlier on to talk about identity, look at being aware of your focus and your primary questions of your life, you should realize that you will start to have a little change in your life. If there's any pain in your body, you should start to become lesser and lesser. But today we're going to cover really what make people don't do what they should do. That's what I put it. That's how I actually put it. You see, everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants to, or everyone says that they want to be successful. That's what I can put it, because I've seen so many people and they always tell me this thing, give me this formula of success. I say there's no formula of success. You say, what do you mean? Because Socrates said, if you want air when you're in the middle of the river as much as you want success, you will be successful. I said, yes, that's true. But how many of us are ready to be successful? Because today I'm going to cover the 4 areas that stop us from being successful, which I wrote down here. It's number 1, pride. Now you're going to like, what do you mean by pride? I'll cover that. I'll talk about too much confidence as well. That actually interlinks between pride and confidence, and pride and cockiness, arrogance. It's all interlinked. Third one, which is the biggest one, it's fear. There are 4 main fears: fear of failure, fear of embarrassment, fear of rejection, fear of failure. The biggest fear out of the 4 fears, add one more, which I think that is the worst, is the fear of success. I will cover that as well. And the last one is self-pity. So let's start. So what is this pride? The factors of stopping us from success is actually pride. Is really, you see, I always believe that people who are prideful, they can actually reach a certain level of success. I won't say they are not successful, but then when they reach a certain level, they then could not go beyond. You know, people like that is like, after I've done my first business and it's successful, when they want to build another one, they don't seem to be able to do it. The biggest problem there is that they always like to say this thing: I've done it before, I've done it this way, and I'm going to do it again in my next company, and hoping the same results will happen. Do you know what I'm talking about? You see, every single business, every single day, I will put it this way, not even the business, not even the industry. Of course, not the industries, we're relearning a lot of things. But each industry, although you're going to say the common denominator is people, yes, as long as you understand people, you help you do that much. But the thing is, being prideful is about not learning from other people. Being prideful is not being able to take feedback, right? So this is what we are saying, is that are we humble enough to learn from others? Are we humble enough to learn from our peers? Are we humble enough to learn from our own staff, for example? It's like many times they come and ask me, my staff go, boss, how am I going to do this? I said, I don't know. Can you teach me? Now, it's not that I don't want to teach them. I know how to do it. But I always explain to my guy last time, his name is Khalid. I said, bukan tak nak ajar. It's not that I don't want to teach you. It's just that I want you to go and do it. And then perhaps you have a better formula for me. Because ultimately, if you are following the way I'm doing, then there is no process improvement. So what I'm trying to do is to get my team to be able to teach me what to do. And let's put it this way. If I've got a marketing team that's out there in the market, and I'm in the back end office because I'm managing different companies, who knows the industry better than they? All right. So that's what it is. It's about humbling ourselves to say, hey, everyone has a great idea. Everyone knows what to do. It's just whether we can actually listen out to that. Confidence, because confidence is good, but overconfidence let us be prideful. Am I right? So it's like when people say, yes, I'm so confident, but then sometimes when we're talking about blindness of our mind, remember last week we were talking about what we can see, what we cannot see? Is that when you're too confident about yourself, you forget to look at the surrounding circumstance. Because ultimately, I always say, always be confident of your own product, be confident of your own stuff, but always be aware of the changing environment. See, a lot of companies fail today is because they're so confident on their product. Let's put it this way. Our dear Nokia mobile phones, right? Those days, they were one of the biggest where are they today? They are no longer connecting people because they're so confident on their product that they do not realize all the competitors are coming up and they are still sitting there at the ivory tower. So that's what I mean by too much confidence being one thing that it's stopping us from reaching our goals. Now, fear. Fear is the biggest ever problem that we face, especially if you're an emerging entrepreneur. Fear of failure, fear of embarrassment, fear of rejection, fear of everything other else, I think, or fear of not being accepted. You see, when people ask me, should I do this business or should I not do this business? Then I ask them, do you like the business? I say, yeah. Do you think that this business can help people? Yes. Do you think that this business is profitable? Yes. So what is stopping you? Then they look at me. I said, is that finances? No. All right. So what's stopping you again? Then they said, well, Adrian, what if I don't make it? I said, true. So what will happen if you don't make it? People will laugh at me. Who said so? Because ultimately, many of us live life and what I call why do people say when people reach 40 years old, they reach a so-called midlife crisis? Because most of them at the age of 40, 45, 50 years old, they would look back at their life and say, what have I done in my life? If only I've done this, if only I've done that. I said, yeah, that's right. Everything is if only right now. But if I would ask you the same question 20 years ago, they say, what if? You see, all this what if would never work. Yeah, they don't want to move forward because they're just holding on to the past. You see, because I've been doing this all my life. This is what I know. That's pride. That's what I said earlier on. The first thing is your pride. So at the end of the day, it's like, I just want to stay where I am, but I want to be successful. I said, how can you then make that change unless you take the first step? Me as a coach, business coach, my role is to show you where the door is. If I can show you where the door is, it's your choice whether you want to walk through it or not. You don't kind of tell me, what if people fear and I'm embarrassed? I say, who says you'll be embarrassed? You say, what if I fail? Yeah, I say, what if you succeed? You see, somehow, I think last week I said, from the moment we are conceived and until the moment we are 6 years old, our parents kind of like produce us and put thoughts in our brains. I can just share with you, it's like my late father used to tell me, I'm from Penang, right? So in Penang, the boys are called aboys, all the girls are called girls. So he said, aboya, you better study hard. If you don't study hard, next time you cannot. If you don't study hard, you don't have a degree. You don't have a degree, you cannot succeed. You cannot succeed. You become jaga kereta. That's what he used to tell me. So in my brains, it's always been, if I need to study, I need to study, I need to study. If not, I become jaga kereta. But if I were to know better, today you become jaga kereta in KL. Basically, you earn more money than me. I know of a guy that earns 60,000 ringgit a month just having a plot of land in the heart of KL and earning parking fees. So that's what I'm saying, is that who said you will fail? And I started a new agency recently. I've got zero knowledge in financial planning. I was given an opportunity and I went in and said, okay, I'll take up the challenge. And people say, hey, you crazy. You do not know anything about financial planning. You do not know anything about planning. I said, yeah, I can learn. Well, how are you going to succeed? I said, I don't know. But what if you fail? I said, let's put it this way. The only thing that I know is that if I do not do it, I will definitely fail. Am I right to say that? Because ultimately, I rather go and attempt something, and the worst case scenario, nothing happens because I didn't lose anything. But if I have not attempted it, I would have failed everything. Correct? Because you're gonna just sit there and like, oh, you're 2 years down the line, if only I've taken up the challenge, and then live a life of regret, right? Yeah. Find your big why. I have practiced and started my own project. Wow, very good for you, Hamida. And the last one, before we call it a day, time flies nowadays, right? Is self-pity. See, self-pity is the one that I was in all actual fact, I'm so sorry to those people who actually do that. These are the people, like last week, we are everything why me, what happened to that? If you wallow in that over and over again, what you do is that you end up having a pity party. You see, people always say, be careful of, I do not need to be a prophet. Okay, sorry, they use the word prophet, but to prophesize as to your future will be by just looking at your friends. See, a lot of people who are feeling rejected like to go and look for people who are having similar problems with them. And ultimately, why do they do that? Is because in the the 6 human needs, one of the needs is that you need to feel the acceptance. So what happens is the guy said, hey, I'm a failure. And then his friend and the mama saw is also, yeah, I'm also a failure. I failed this business. And then look at the government, look at the economy, look at the weather, look at every single thing, look at COVID. And they will sit down there, so mind my language, bitching about life, right? Complaining about life. And ultimately, they have a pity party. And then I still remember some people used to tell me, am I crazy? When I first came out to start my first business, I went to mingle around CEOs. And I asked them stupid questions. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? This, that, everything. And people said, hey, you're such a young fella, don't go and disturb the CEO. I said, well, I mean, I cannot ask a person who drives a Toyota to give me an advice how to buy a Ferrari, right? So it's like, so if I need to know, if I need to think and learn like a CEO, I better ask a CEO the advice. And sometimes I just need to know their thought process, and therefore next time I can know how they think of things, right? So that's what it is. It's being able to mingle around the right people and therefore give us the boost. And I think what's great about what we're trying to do here is that we create an atmosphere or community of entrepreneurs where we can actually help each other, to give each other a pointer or two, and we will be able to build our business together. And tomorrow when I come back, I'm going to talk to you about how to think of solutions or to develop solution using a score pattern, where in which that when you change one item, automatically your brains should be able to see the whole entire chain and to know what decisions to make and how to make those decisions. So, well, thank you all for staying, and looking forward to see you all tomorrow morning. Same time, same place, online. Thank you very much. Have a great day ahead. Bye.
Malaysia juga menghadapi cabaran yang agak getir. Kadar pengangguran di Malaysia adalah di paras 3.9%.
So isu yang tak settle di Malaysia lagi adalah
Pengangguran meningkat kepada 5.0% pada bulan April 2020.
Mustahil ke kalau kita nak lahirkan usahawan sebenar melalui pendidikan tinggi?
Kalau kita tengok artikel tentang situasi di Malaysia, ada 200,000 graduan yang tak ada kerja.
Disebabkan teknologi yang berubah, perubahan ekonomi, perubahan pemikiran generasi baru, education yang dulu tu mungkin tidak lagi bersesuaian.
Dan mengikut anjuran Jabatan Perangkaan Malaysia pada 14 Mei 2020, kadar pengangguran dijangka akan meningkat.
marriage perkawinan antara traditional learning and kemahiran. Welcome to the revolution.